And welcome in to our broadcast, and we are live from Naruna, Virginia, coming to you. And we hope that you're having a good evening this evening. It's a little cool, a little bit breezy here in Naruna, and of course in Gretna as well. So we of course have the tropical storm now below us, and perhaps even turning back into a hurricane after it gets back out on water and then comes back up again up the coast. And we're expecting some rain in our area. And so because of that, the powers that be decided to play this game on Thursday night, and a lot of high schools have opted to do that, which I think is a great decision. We're going to have the national anthem. We will pause for that. All right, and that was the William Campbell Marching Generals with our national anthem. They did an outstanding job. And Stuart and Kim Burnett with you on Thursday Night Football. And so I've been under the weather for most of the week, so my voice is not what it normally sounds like. And I apologize for that. I told Kim that if my voice ran out, I was going to turn the play-by-play over to her. So we shall see.
Yeah, we'll see
how the night goes.
Hello, we'll see about that.
All right, so we are about 12 minutes away, 13 minutes according to the scoreboard, away from the start of tonight's game. And, of course, a rivalry matchup for sure between these two teams over the years. Not as hot of a rivalry as it once was back when, of course, those early 2000s years. And so, but still a rivalry nonetheless. And William Campbell at 2-3, the Hawks at 1-3. And so I think it's going to be another close game similar to last week's game where the Hawks were able to outlast the Chatham Cavaliers in a great contest there in Gretna, winning by a score of
19-17.
19-17. Mm-hmm. So interception in the last few seconds of the game at the 5-yard line to seal the deal for Gretna. And so, again, we're excited to bring you the action here this week as the Hawks look to continue their winning ways. Hawks started out at 0-3 with losses against Jefferson Forest, EC Glass, and Magna Vista, but had a bye week and picked up a win against Chatham last week, and hopefully that trend will continue tonight.
We look forward to a great matchup. Looks like the Hawks are in their white uniforms. We'll be able to see their numbers good tonight.
We should
be.
I've never seen the white on white, I don't think. Basically, the Hawks solid white with, I believe, blue numbers, a dark blue, maybe a royal blue, and blue helmets with the big G on the side. William Campbell in a they just
off
left,
the
but
field,
they were in a solid gray. I think they had gray pants and gray jerseys, if my memory serves me correctly. So we are getting ready to get started. As you hear the music in the background, let's get it started in here. And so we'll be doing that before you know it.
Looks like they've got a welcoming committee down at the goal line for the William Campbell Generals, between band members and maybe the student body. Maybe they're athletes, I'm not sure. But the criteria is to be down there. But they're getting ready to welcome them with the banner. And the cheerleaders have the banner on the ground, so we can't read that just yet. It's a small crowd out tonight. I can understand that. Folks probably home getting ready for the tropical storm coming through, making sure all is well at the home front. I don't blame them for that. So we thank you for tuning us in here.
We certainly do, and we're definitely glad you've tuned our way, and we are looking forward to a great contest tonight with these two teams going together. Should be an excellent game, and we shall see.
Yeah. So if you're at home and you have friends on trying to tune in, of course, the 104.3 is not on tonight, but you can go to the crossfm.com. Also, Spreaker.com, Stuart Burnett Show, Facebook, Stuart Burnett, or even Twitter, Voice of the Hawks. Did you get that going?
I didn't get that worked out.
We'll mark Twitter off, y'all. But Spreaker.com, Stuart Burnett Show, or Facebook, Stuart Burnett, or the crossfm.com are ways to check us out tonight.
All right. And
we also...
I think the voice is already starting to go.
Oh, okay. I'll do a little more talking at this moment. We want to save your voice, your vocal cords for the game. But as we've told you with each of the games that we've broadcast so far, that our games are being broadcast in memory of David Lilly. And we are just most saddened by his passing back in December. He was an influential member of the community there in Gretna, town manager for 40 years, and also very much involved in the Hawks football. And so he volunteered his coaching services and management skills for over 30 years, not only within the high school league, but the Gretna Youth Sports League. And as Dale shared with us, he loved his community very, very much. Not only on the field, but off the field. If you are there in Gretna and ride by the high school, if you notice that beautiful rock wall, he was instrumental. He was the one that planned that, went to the school administration and asked permission. And on hot days, he was out there laying that stone and getting the flowers and trees and shrubs planted. And then even on top of that flagpole, if you ride by, you'll see that hawk. He donated that. So very much a beautiful addition to the field there. Not only that, but for the community as well. And so he drew up the plans and spent many, many hours with that project. He also wrote grants for building funds for the town of Gretna Parks. And, of course, anybody that's got a child playing in youth sports, we utilize that every single day of the week, several days a week for practice and games. And now it's a generational. Children that grew up there are having children and taking their children now for practice and games. It's a very nice place in town. David served as president of the Gretna Youth Sports for 20 years, and he put hundreds and hundreds of hours of volunteer time, just as everybody that volunteers. But he coached football, basketball, and baseball. for 30 years. And not only did he coach them on the field, but some of them had to get rides home. So he would take them home and stop off and get them something to eat before they went home. And one of the things that Dale said was very special to him was once the children grew up, graduated, and moved away, that when they came home for holidays, they came looking for Coach Lilly and wanted to see how he was doing, and that just meant so much to him. Dale, this was quite interesting. Dale said that when he took over as president, the uniforms were really old, and they were having to use duct tape on the uniforms, and he made sure that new uniforms were purchased, and he came up with different fundraising efforts and got those new uniforms. She said that not only did he, after he got off from a long day's work, he would head on to the field, high school, to work on the special teams, and then after that coaching session, he would head on down to the town park for the Little League between 6 to 8. So he definitely spent a lot of his waking hours on the field. We just wanted to say thank you to his memory. Thank you to his family. Thank you for all that you meant to our town, David Lilly, and we will continue to memorialize you and remember you in the weeks to come on the future broadcast.
All right. Thank you for that. Captains are getting ready to meet. I'm looking across. I see number 12, LaDonte Davis, not in uniform tonight. Don't know what that's about. Also, Nick Sparrow on the far side. For William Campbell, we don't have a roster. We'll be getting the numbers as the night goes, but number 70, number 55, and number 4, and number 6 for the Generals are out there. I'm trying to see if the cannon is out there, and I think I do see the cannon set up down on the track. So
I'm not sure. Well, we might see the cannon, but if you
I don't
see
want
ammunition,
to see it or hear it tonight.
You might can look at it, but if they don't have ammunition, we're okay, right? Well, hopefully they won't score
I'm sure it's loaded.
Okay.
All right, so captains are meeting out on the 50-yard line. The William Campbell Generals are assembled at their goal line, which is to the north. And the Hawks still running through some warm-ups at their position on the south end of the field. Field is in good condition, starting to brown off a little bit. And this field has a nice crown in the center of the field. So Gretna's field is more flat. This one has a crown, so it's probably a good 6 or 8 inches higher in the middle of the field as opposed to the sidelines, and that may affect the quarterback's passing.
Who
that's
won
not
the
used
toss?
to it.
I'm not sure.
Hawks won the toss.
Okay.
They defer to the second half, so William Campbell will get it when we start. And again, I apologize. I've been sick for the last 3 days, and debated even maybe not coming, but
we're happy you're here.
Finally decided I would try to go with it. And again, you may hear first tonight. If I lose my voice, Kim will be doing the play-by-play.
Everybody pray he doesn't lose his voice.
I said, just look out there and whatever you see, just tell it.
I'll hear about it on the ride home. What a beautiful sunset. We can talk about that.
It is. It's behind us, and but we can see the effects of it coming across. But Gretna now moving back to their end of the end zone. The cheerleaders bringing the banner out. Trying to see what William Campbell says. Play to something. I can't see it because of some people standing in front of it. And then Gretna, they are yet to stretch theirs out. The wind is having a little bit of an effect on the banners tonight. Play to the clock strike 0, I think, is what it says. The clock says 0. And walk with your
Talk with your pads.
talk with your helmet. I don't know what that I don't know.
Talk with your pads.
Yeah, and they got a helmet and a hawk in the middle. Talk with your pads. All right, so we're going to see what kind of talking is going to be done here in just a little bit. A little bit of a delay in our start. We're right at 7 o'clock right now, and neither team has run through their banner, so we're going to be a little bit late on the kickoff.
Wonder what the history is behind the banners. Have they always had them?
I don't know when that started, but
we'll have to look that up.
Write that down. All right, the Hawks coming through their banner. They really tore that thing all to pieces.
Oh, my.
Cheerleaders picking it all up. And now the Generals getting ready to come through there. So here come the Generals. And it's amazing the number of football players they get here at William Campbell, which is a smaller school. And they have lots of folks dressed up to play tonight. JV with a big win last night over William Campbell. I don't know what the final score was, but it was something on the neighborhood of 40-something to 14, I believe.
Good job.
So Stuart Burnett and Kim Burnett with you, the only husband and wife broadcast team in the country that we know of. And if you find another one, let us know.
It is a privilege to sit here beside you.
It is a cool night, a windy night, and we are ready for some football. Hawks will kick it off.
Ready to play. The General is on the field. The Hawks are coming now.
Back deep for William Campbell, number 1 and number 4. Actually, number 1, number 6. Back deep. I don't think they'll get the ball because we haven't kicked it deep all year, so I don't expect that to happen tonight. Hayden Moon will do the kicking for Gretna. And we're just about ready to go. All right, here's the kick. Short, headed out of bounds. No, it's going to be picked up. Or, nope, it went out of bounds on the far side. And William Campbell has the option to take it at the 35 here. And looks like that's what they're going to do.
It's about the 39.
Oh, okay, it went out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So first down for the Generals. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And the quarterback has a running back right behind him. This is sort of a spread formation. And now the running back will go to the left shoulder of the quarterback. Quarterback takes the snap. He'll hand it off. And up the middle. Nice run.
Wow. Gets
through the line and will push ahead to about the Gretna 46-yard line. So that was 11 and 4, 15-yard gain on the first play. That was number 6, number 8. All right. Number 8 for William Campbell on that first run. Generals get to play from the sideline. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And we've got a whistle and a flag. Illegal procedure against the Generals. They'll back them up 5. And it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Generals. Generals in solid dark blue, I guess would be a good way to describe them. Now 1st and 15. Quarterback draws Gretna off sides. Hawks jump.
Wow.
Again, it was a little fake hard count, and 2 Hawks jumped over. So now back to 1st and 10 for William Campbell. Just underway, 11-10 to go in the first quarter. And the Generals looking to the sideline to get the play. And they'll take a look at their wristbands, and we're ready to go. And here's a handoff again. This time, short yardage. It's number 8 once again for about a 4-yard run. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 now for the Generals. 10:32 to go in the first quarter. And the Generals, again, taking a look at the sideline to get the play. And ready to run it. 2nd down and 6. And a quick throw, complete to number 6. Short pass. He'll be short of the first down. As
4 yards.
Picked up about 4. It'll be 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Generals. Some substitutions coming in. I'm assuming they're going to go to more of a running, power run offense here to try to pick up the 2 yards. So 3rd and 2 for the Generals. Down to 9:27 to go in the first quarter. And 3rd and 2. All right, Hawks may have to take a timeout here. Gretna did. I don't know who took the timeout. That was a penalty. Delay of game. Gretna did not have one of the receivers covered on the far side, and they still don't. Well, now they'll move someone out there. So now 3rd and 7. And here's the handoff once again. Number 8, nowhere to go. He'll be caught and brought down by a host of Hawks. That'll be a loss of 2. 4th down now, 4th and 8 for the Generals. Looks like they're going to keep their offense in. And on 4th and 8, it'll be 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. It looks like the Hawks are going to play close coverage with help from safeties, double safeties here. And again, the Generals taking a lot of time to get their play run. And we have another delay of game. So the William Campbell Generals with I think that's the 3rd penalty here.
It is. Illegal procedure and 2 delay of games.
So 4th now and about 13 for the Generals, and they're going to go for it. Man in motion. They're going to throw it out to him. It's complete. Nick Sparrow in to wrap him up, and other Hawks join in to bring him down for another loss. And the Hawks are going to take over on the William Campbell side of the field.
So that was a loss of, 49 back to the 45.
47, maybe a 2-yard loss. 1st and 10 now for Gretna. 8:19 to go in the quarter. No score. The Hawks with their first opportunity on offense. And the Hawks in the solid white uniforms. Blue helmets, blue numbers. And Jiggets is in on offense. I'm guessing taking Davis's place this week. Here's a run coming right. 1 tackle broken. Gets a good block. and will
Woo.
be ahead, brought down hard at the end of that run.
Hope his knees are okay.
That was number 14's Z Younger. 4 yards. 4 yards on that.
The way he fell and his knees hit the ground and his legs back underneath, I was afraid he wasn't going to be able to get up like that.
So
He's
after
resilient.
a 4-yard gain, it'll be 2nd and 6 now for Gretna. Again, missing out of the offense tonight is Dante Davis. Hawks have 2 receivers each way. It'll be Thompson in motion. Thompson gets a pitch, and he'll be caught in the backfield for a 8-yard loss. And the Hawks ran that play a lot last week, and that was the first week we had seen them run that play. Obviously, William Campbell watched some film,
too. Yes.
and they were ready for that. The loss makes it 3rd and 13.
To be honest, it looked like a clothesline hit. Did you think? The way they grabbed him around the neck?
3rd down. Wooden to throw. He's hanging it up there, and almost brought in by Matthew Thompson, but it's incomplete.
Wow.
And you can see the effect of the wind on the passing game tonight.
It's going to be amazing if he'd have caught that. I'm sorry, I overspoke you. I apologize. I have to keep my emotions in check.
Punting situation now for Gretna. It'll be Donald Wilson the third in to punt.
Just that quick.
7:01 to go in the first quarter. Here's the kick. Pretty good kick there. And it will take a bounce, Gretna bounce, down to about the 13-yard line. It looked like the punt receiver slipped just as he was about to try to field that, and he fell down but fell away from the ball. And it bounces harmlessly, takes a bit of a Gretna roll. And so the Generals will start at about the 13-yard line. 6:51 to go in the first quarter, no score. William Campbell, 1st and 10 from their 13. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback will hand it off, but we have an illegal procedure call against William Campbell before the play can get started. And so lots of miscues for the William Campbell offense here tonight.
Still see some Gretna fans coming in on the other side, and the stands are filling up over there.
First and 15 now for William Campbell. And here's the handoff. Straight ahead. And stood up at around the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of about 5. That was
Number 8.
Gray, I think I heard on the carry. Number 8. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Generals really taking a lot of time between plays. And here's a snap. Handoff again. Big hole. Brought down. Nice gain of about 8. Looks like it's going to bring up third. No, they're saying first down. So just enough for a first down out to the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Generals.
He did have a big hole. Went right on through it. Found it, went right through it.
All right, here's the snap and the handoff. This time stuck at the line. A gain up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 2. Rome Barber on the stop for Gretna. Now second down for the Generals. Quarterback comes over as a receiver here. So we got another quarterback here to take this snap. And there's a handoff. Another big hole right up the middle for number 8. He's going to have the first down. He picks up about 10 yards.
42 yards for him already, 7 carries.
First and 10 for the Generals at their 35-yard line. Again, the quarterback that started is a receiver now. There's another handoff. This is number 4. Bulls ahead for another 8 yards. And so second and 1. Second and 1. The Generals look to the sideline for the play. And here's the handoff, number 4. Around the right side, breaks the tackle.
Wow.
And finally brought down at the 43-yard line.
Rome Barber brought him down again. It's a good 7 or 8 yards there.
All right, first down. Another run there by, I think this was number 8. For about 6 yards. 11 yards on that previous carry. And so right now the Generals are just running right over Gretna. 3:10 to go in the first quarter.
They're finding big holes and utilizing that. Getting right through it.
All right, here's a handoff, number 8 again. Spins out of a tackle. Is being pushed now sideways, and the whistle blows. He is near the first down, maybe just short of it. Gain of 2, 3rd and 1 coming up. Third and 1 for the Generals. 2:35 to go in the first quarter. And the Generals will set up 2 receivers each side. And running back is going to be number 4. Quarterback is number 3. And here's a give to number 4. He spins out of a tackle. He's going to have enough for the first down. He needed 1. I think he got 2, maybe 3. So first and 10 for the Generals now. The ball right around the 35-yard line. All right, they may measure here. I thought it was definitely a first down, but they're going to measure this. He needed 1. I thought he got 2, but timeout comes for the measurement with 1:40 to go in the first quarter.
While they do that, Stuart, you want us to talk about this Gretna Alta Vista alumni game?
Go ahead.
All right. So the time has come for us to gather for the annual men's alumni game between Gretna and Alta Vista. We're having the game on Saturday, November 28th at 5:30 in the Gretna High School Gymnasium. Doors will open at 4:30. Young guys in the 18 to 35 age range, contact person Devontae Pinale at 434-316-4107 or Kaylin Gilbert at 434-386-7011. For the older guys, more mature guys, 36 and up, contact Russell Berger, 434-942-0575. And the contact person for Alta Vista would be Dip Pinnell. His number is 434-316-4212. David Tucker, 434-907-5020, or Will Poindexter, 434-221-0379. They'll also be recognizing Garvin Mahan and Gretna Youth Little League from 1975 to 2000. Admission is $10, and that Gretna Youth Little League is football from 75 to 2000. So what happened? I'm sorry, I was looking at the paper. So when they measured, it was short of a first down? I can't hear you. I can hardly hear you.
All right, I'm back. Fourth down run is enough for a first down.
Number 4 had that?
Number 4. So first and 10 for the Generals at the Gretna 34. This game is quickly moving. A minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Hawks have only had the ball one time.
William Campbell's taking advantage. The big holes. 5 yards, 10 yards, 2 yards, and they've kept the ball.
So first and 10 now for the Generals. Quarterback takes the snap and hands it off right up the middle. This is number 8 for about 12 yards. Pile still being pushed all the way down to the 21-yard line.
13 yards.
So a 13-yard gain there for the Generals. First and 10 for the Generals now. Quarterback hands off. This is number 4 on the carry? No, it's number 8. And no gain there. Second and 10. Second and 10 now for the Generals.
They've only thrown the ball twice, and the rest of the time they've run it. Which, if they have big holes, I don't see why they would do anything else but run through them, right?
Well, they got the receivers out there to spread the field, and that helps the running game.
They're using them as a decoy?
Well, that spreads out Gretna. All right, back to pass now. Here's the throw over the middle.
Oh,
Caught, and touchdown.
He did. 21 yards. There goes the cannon.
Yards. And William Campbell on top. 2 seconds to go in the quarter. They lead at 6-0 with the extra point to come.
You said 21 seconds? You can see the scoreboard tonight. I can't.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Wow.
All right, they're going to go for 2. Hawks are late getting substitutions in. And here's the quarterback to keep. Tries to cut it inside, and he is stood up and stopped short of the goal line.
Okay.
And so the score remains William Campbell 6, Gretna 0. So now we are almost through the first quarter. William Campbell will kick it off to Gretna, and then we will have a brief timeout for the field to change ends as we are nearly through the first quarter.
Well, that first quarter, William Campbell, 23 yards passing and rushing. 85 yards. 85 yards rushing.
All right, so the Generals on top now, 6-0. The Hawks, we mentioned it before, at times during the season they looked flat in that first quarter. They need a spark.
Yeah, they had negative 4 yards. Only negative 4 yards.
And that was because of the one play that was stopped for a big loss.
Yeah.
All right, waiting for the kick. Here comes the kick. This one is along the ground and picked up straight ahead to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and across midfield, brought down at the 44-yard line of William Campbell. Nice return there by, that was number 7, Chatton.
Kamari Chatton.
Chatton found himself where he's not used to being at, is on that back line because Dante Davis is out tonight, but he did a fine job on the return.
He sure did. Absolutely.
That will end the quarter. And so now we will have to switch things around, and we'll see if the Gretna offense can get going here. They've only had the ball for 3 plays. And so they'll get their opportunity starting at about their 44-yard line.
Here they come.
And the Hawks on the field now.
On the field. Ready to go.
Quarterback Melvin Wooden. Running back is going to be Zamarian Younger. 2 receivers each side. Wooden takes the snap. We've got movement. And there'll be a conference here. Both sides were moving. It is determined it is illegal procedure against Gretna. And so now the Hawks are getting bitten by the penalty bug. 1st and 15 now for Gretna.
We talked about the Hawks last week going to the air more than we've seen them in the past. Wonder if they'll do that tonight.
We got a bad snap or no snap. That's going to be another procedure call against Gretna. So like that, just like that, 1st and 20, I think Gretna's taking a timeout. So timeout on the field. I'll remind you that Campers Care is on the ground in Grundy, Virginia right now, working to try to restore lives of those who's been upset by flooding in that area. And in specifically trying to rebuild a home that they're working on now. So remember them and pray for them out there as they try to help others in need. Mm-hmm. And again, the need is great, and we've got more rain headed our way. Not sure if they're going to be affected by it or not, but certainly folks down in Florida have been affected, and other areas will be affected as well. We should see a good amount of rain in our area.
Back to play action.
1st and 20 after 2 illegal procedure penalties. And here's Wooden to throw. Thompson complete. Breaks 1 tackle and fights for a couple more yards. That's Matthew Thompson picking up about 6.
It's so good to see him back on the field. He was injured early, first game, out
There's
at least
second
one.
game. He was injured in the second game.
Second game, he's out one game.
He was out one game, then we had the bye week, and he was back for Chatham.
Yeah. He's a leader on the team.
There's Wooden to carry. Wooden up the middle, and he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Brings up third down after that 5-yard gain, or 4-yard gain, 3rd and 10. Third and 10 now for Gretna. Shotgun snap. Wooden throws complete, short of the first down. That's Chatton with a nice grab, but he's going to be about 3 yards short. There is a flag, however. In roughing the passer, that will be a first down.
That was Matthew Thompson. 3.
Yes. No, that was Chatton on the catch.
No, it's 3.
Okay.
I need to correct him, too. I saw number 3 with the ball. Okay.
All right, so they'll mark off the penalty yardage.
How many yards on that catch?
I think it was about 7. 15-yard penalty puts it down near about the 22. And here's a handoff through the line. Still stumbling along is Marion Younger. He will pick up about 9 yards. William Campbell leading 6-0, but Gretna putting together a good drive after being 1st and 20. They benefited from a penalty, a roughing the passer penalty, and now they have it at about the 13-yard line. Here's a handoff. Younger again, and he will not get it. It'll be 3rd down, a loss of 1. 3rd and 2. Now for Gretna. Game moving quickly. Not a lot of stoppages. We're down to 9:42 in the second quarter. William Campbell leading 6-0. And here's Wooden to throw. And here's the throw. And there's going to be pass interference. That was holding on the defender, number 5. He pulled the jersey, and that will be against William Campbell.
Intended receiver number 7 again. Kamari Chatton.
All right, so after the penalty, it will move down to 1st and goal. Around the 10. Wooden going to keep. Wooden straight ahead. Pushes the pile ahead and stood up maybe around the 5. Gain of 5. 2nd and goal for the Hawks. Trying to answer back against William Campbell.
They're knocking on the door.
Looks like they're going to place the ball maybe around the 6. So quarterback will go under center and hand it off to Younger going left, and he goes untouched into the end zone. Zamarian Younger on the 6-yard run ties the score at 6 with 8:47 to go in the second quarter. And so now the extra point will be coming. Actually, they're going to call the kicker back and maybe go for 2 here. All right, Gretna will go for 2. They got the same setup as before. on the scoring play. Here's Give, this time going the other way, and Younger goes in again, untouched, and the Hawks take the lead 8-0, 8-6 with 8:47 to go in the second quarter. So the Hawks answer back there with pretty good running plays there at the end with Younger with a couple of nice runs.
Nice runs, but also the help of 15-yard penalties back-to-back. We'll take it on the William Campbell side.
And the Hawks had their own penalties to start that drive. They had 1st and 20. They were able to overcome that and get the score. The question now is, can the Gretna Hawks defense stop the William Campbell offense?
Well, they gave them some holes to run through last time. We'll see if they block those up, prevent them from coming through.
So Gretna leading 8-6, 8:47 to go in the second quarter. Thursday night football action for you right here. And it'll be Hayden Moon to kick. Here comes the kick. This one right up the center of the field, picked up by number 1 for William Campbell. And he will get just shy of the 40-yard line at about the 39-yard line for number 1. And it'll be 1st and 10. They're actually going to spot him at the 40. I didn't think he made it that far, but that's where they give it to him. So 1st and 10 for the Generals. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And the quarterback will hand off. Number 8 breaks it out to the right side. And he will be near the first down.
We have
an injured Hawk, too, grabbing his hand.
Wow.
That's Matthew Thompson.
No.
That shoulder's hanging down there. I don't know if it's a stinger or if it's something else. 2nd and 2, gain of 8.
Who was carrying that ball? I didn't got
number 8.
Flustered here, looking at Matthew getting injured.
All right, so 2nd and 2.
Did Matthew go out or is he still in?
He's out. All right, 2nd and 2. We've got timeout called by William Campbell. So 7:49 to go in the second quarter. It's Gretna 8, William Campbell 6. And take a look over the sideline, trying to find Matthew Thompson. See what they may be doing with his arm injury. And right now, can't really see anything. So William Campbell wanted a timeout there. And that is
something they didn't like, what they were seeing line up.
That was their first timeout.
Yes. Reminder, if you are just tuning in, we are not, it is not Friday night football.
It's Thursday
night football.
Feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does. But,
a lot of teams are playing on Thursday night just to avoid the rain that's forecast for tomorrow from the hurricane, now tropical storm, possibly a hurricane once again. Ian, here's a handoff. And the Hawks stop this one short of the first down, just short. The run was number 4. He's going to be half a yard short maybe. Well, looks like about a whole yard. Third down and 1. 3rd and 1. And William Campbell taking that time. I'm looking at Matthew Thompson on the sideline. He appears to be okay. He's not in this play. Third down and straight ahead run by the number 3. He will have about 9 yards. First and 10 now for the Generals.
He just went right through that line. He's tall, too, and he just mowed him down, went on through.
So first and 10 for the Generals at the Gretna 43.
That's good news about Matthew. I hope he'll be able to get back in. He's a great player and a good leader on the field.
All right, first and 10 for William Campbell. And here's a run again. This is number 4 barreling ahead for about 7. Looking at Matthew Thompson flexing his arm over there. Holding on to it a little bit around the elbow. 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard gain.
I remembered his injury being knee or leg, so this is something new.
Here's a handoff. Number 4 spins out of a tackle, spins out of another tackle, and he's going to have a first down. Give him about 9 yards. Hawks need to wrap up. We've got a late flag coming in after the play. Against William Campbell. No. Unsportsmanlike conduct against William Campbell. But it's after the play, after the first down. So it's going to be first and 25. First and 25.
They brought that back 15 yards. Yeah.
15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Now the why are they calling the chain gang back? That was a mistake. Now they're saying first and 10. That's not right. A 15-yard penalty, you got first and 10. Matthew Thompson back in the game.
Well, they're going with it. They're not changing anything.
Here's a handoff, number 8. Up the middle, finds a little seam, and he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards. 7 yards. William Campbell's going to have a lot of rushing yards tonight.
78 for number 8. Right now, 13 possessions.
Second and 3. I'm looking at Thompson out there, and he's still working on that arm a little bit. Second and 3 play. It's the quarterback keeper, and he is stood up but bulls his way ahead for the first down. Got just enough for the first down. I'm not sure Thompson can stay in that game.
We got an injured Hawk. Number 17's down. Looks like his knee, leg, something.
All right, number 17 for Gretna.
Demarion Hicks.
He's up and hopping off the field.
How many for the quarterback that last run? 3?
3 for 3. So it'll be first and 10 for William Campbell. 4:43 to go in the first half. Again, the injured player is Hicks for Gretna.
Injury timeout at the moment.
Looks like we're just about ready to get back underway.
4:43 in the second.
All right, clock will begin.
Gretna has 8, William Campbell 6. It's a tight game. William Campbell has the ball on the 36-yard line. 33-yard line.
And here's quarterback keeper, and he finds a big hole.
Whoa.
And
they're going to help him.
Finally brought down at about the 13-yard line. We have another Hawk slowly getting up.
That was 20 yards.
This is Chatton coming up with a bad knee. Kamari Chatton. And we've got a Gretna timeout here with 4:19 to go.
That's the second timeout for Gretna.
All right, so Hawks getting banged up here on this drive. We've seen at least 3 injuries. Looks like 2 of them are still in the game.
Number 7's looking really tired. Yeah.
All right, so we have 4:19 to go, and certainly the Generals are knocking on the door once again and just running the ball right at Gretna, and the Hawks have not had any answers for them at this point.
Look at that William Campbell line, Stuart. 73, 71, 70, 55, 50. There's some big boys.
All right, first down, and here's number 4 running. Stood up. Gets to the 10-yard line and will be knocked down there. Looks like Rome Barber in there for Gretna. And so 2nd and 8 now for the Generals. 2nd and 8. Under 4 minutes to go in the half now. And here's a quick throw, and we've got incomplete, incidental contact. Kamari Chatton on the, or was that Matthew?
Number 7.
Kamari Chatton on the coverage, and it's incomplete. He never knew the ball was coming to him. And so it's 3rd and 7. 3:42 to go in the half. Hawks have only had, I think, 2 possessions in the first half. And here's another throw. This one nearly intercepted. Coverage there by
number 8,
Hayden Moon. He knocks it down. He could have possibly intercepted that, but couldn't quite bring it in. Now 4th down. 4th and 8 for William Campbell.
Would you go for it? Would you kick it?
They're going to go for it. And I would think they'll throw it here. That's 8 yards is a lot to pick up, but certainly they could do it on a run. And maybe another timeout here. Timeout William Campbell. 3:38 to go in the first half. Our score is Gretna 8, William Campbell 6. Generals knocking on the door, but a key 4th and 8 coming up for the Generals offense here.
You just want to make sure they got all the ducks in a row. Hey, I have 2 comments to make. It's amazing what a week or 6 days makes. Last week, it was beautiful weather for football. Now, diehard football fans would probably say tonight's great weather for a football game, but it's a little nippy for me. But I am so thankful that we've got this nice press box. We're up, perched really high, and we have a great bird's eye view.
All right, 4th down. 4th and 8. Quarterback looking to throw. He lofts it up in the air and nearly intercepted by Chatton. And William Campbell fans want interference, but none called. And the Hawks take over on offense.
What's the time on the clock?
3:32 to go in the first half. So Gretna defense comes up with a stop. And now the offense will get it back with 3:32 to go before halftime. Wooden under center. And here's a handoff. Younger,
Still
straight ahead around the left side, just a little bit up for about 7. Second and 3. Second and 3 now for Gretna. So 2nd and 3. Quarterback going to hand it off, and not much there. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. And not sure who carried that. That's the big third down right here.
Just that quick. They got to make something happen here.
You need 3 yards to keep this drive going. You don't want to give it back to William Campbell with
close.
Good field position. Suspect Melvin Wooden will run with this at some point. 3rd and 3. He's going to run it. And he stood up. And I think he's going to be shy. Just shy of it.
Uh-oh.
And there's a dumb play by a Gretna player.
Yeah.
That's going to be a
unsportsmanlike
conduct on the end of this play. So you better hope that you got the first down, because if you didn't, it's going to be 4th and forever, and you'll have to punt. Taking a look at it, and it appeared to be short, so we're looking at 4th and a country mile here. You got to play smart.
I believe the sign the cheerleaders had is talk with your pads, right?
They're going to measure this. Let's hope it's a first down. First down.
All right.
Now there's a penalty against Gretna. So now they'll mark off 15-yard penalty. Penalty occurred after the play was over. It's going to be, I don't understand why they're moving the yardage sticks. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 for Gretna. They dodge a bullet there. And here's a run by Younger.
Wow.
And Younger finally slammed down.
That's a hard.
About an 8-yard gain. Zamarian Younger getting some more opportunities tonight, and he's so far had a few good runs.
That's a hard. They threw him down on the ground. Helmet, no.
2nd and 2 after an 8-yard gain. Clock now under 2 minutes, down to 1:40. And Gretna here probably is content to run the clock out. They'll get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. And here's a pass. Wooden throws incomplete, intended for number 6 for Gretna. He's unable to bring it in. That was Hall, the intended receiver.
Davion Hall.
So William Campbell has 1 timeout left. And if Gretna doesn't get this first down right here, if it's a run, then they'll take a timeout. So for Gretna, you need at least 2 yards here. And here's the give to Younger going right. Younger
He's got it.
has the first down, and Moore stays on his feet. He's to midfield. He's got 2 men to beat, 40, 35, 30, and still on his feet, breaks another tackle. He is off to the races. It's Zamarian Younger taking it 75 yards.
Wow. And how many tackles did he jump
Lots
over?
of broken tackles. Yeah, Gretna was content to run the clock out, but Younger had other ideas. He takes it 75 yards. He broke 3 or 4 tackles along the way. A couple of times I was sure they had him down.
I did too.
But they were going for the ball, and when you go for the ball like that, you don't wrap up those legs, they can spin out. And Younger did it.
That's amazing.
Big play, big-time play. They'll go for 2 here. And here's a give to Hayden Moon. Hayden, he's going to get his way in, I do believe. Hayden Moon, second effort there, gets in for 2. And the Hawks lead it 14-6, 16-6. That is 16-6. With 1:06 to go here before halftime. Well, William Campbell has moved the ball up and down the field throughout the night. They haven't punted. And the Gretna defense has stopped them on 4th down a couple of times. And nice run there by Zamarian Younger.
I was most impressed with his drive. He broke so many tackles. So many times we thought he was going to end up on his face, but he kept going. Beautiful run. That'll be a happy memory this week.
Certainly will.
I have found myself throughout the week thinking about that interception the last few seconds of last week's game. We were all amazed. Donald Wilson III came out with that ball, and it was just the Gretna fans went wild.
Have to be careful that you don't give up points here in the last minute. Gretna gets the ball to start the third quarter, so they need the defense to hold here. Here's the kick taken by number 4. Coming across the side, and he's got a little bit of room and blockers. And he's going to get up to the 46, 47-yard line with 57.8 seconds to go. This half is not over. So at the 49-yard line is where William Campbell will start. With one timeout, they're going to have to throw it here. All right, Hawks going to probably lay off a little bit, give up the short pass. Quarterback takes it, hands it off. This is number 8. Not able to get out of bounds, and he is going to get about 7 on the carry, and the clock's going to run.
7 brought him down.
Kamari Chatton on the stop. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. And again, William Campbell taking a lot of time. Clock down to 30 seconds. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hit as he threw it. That ball is up for grabs. Nearly intercepted, and we have an injured William Campbell General. He took a hit.
Wow.
Probably right under the rib cage. He had his arm extended up to throw that.
Is that a legal hit?
Yes, it was legal. If he'd hit him after he threw it, it might have been a penalty, but he was in the process of throwing the ball. And that's just a vicious hit, but it's legal. But when you're in that throw-in motion, you expose your rib cage. And I did not see a flag.
No.
Gretna coach comes over, Miller, and takes a look. Goes back to the sideline.
He's
the
up.
player is up. It's number 3 for William Campbell. He appears to be okay. But he did take quite a shot there.
He's coming up to the sideline to take a break. Take a breather.
And so now 3rd and 3.
We've seen several quarterbacks for William Campbell tonight, so
yes,
they'll bring in.
They go to number
coverage.
4, and I think he's just a runner. Look for him to just run it. Well, he may throw it. He's got a man open. And it's caught. Flag on the play. The ball is caught at the 5-yard line,
Wow.
the 4.
That was all the way from 49?
44. 44 to the 4. 41 yards. And you didn't want that to happen, but our defensive back bit on the run and let the guy behind him.
Who caught that?
I think it was number 7.
Where's the flag? What's the flag for?
That was pass interference against Gretna. So William Campbell is in excellent position here, and this is a defensive blunder by Gretna that may come back to haunt him here. 12.2 seconds to go before halftime. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3 for William Campbell. And William Campbell has 1 timeout, so they can run more than one play here.
We've seen some interesting plays right here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you got to cover the pass there because of the time issue. He may have looked like he was going to run it, but you cannot give up on your receiver. So the Hawks have their work cut out for them here.
That was a beautiful pass, though. Right for his hands.
All right.
40 yards.
Looks like they're going to a power run formation here.
And the fans are involved. 12th man.
And here's number 4 to run, and he's in for the touchdown. What you didn't want to happen happened right there. You give the ball to William Campbell with a little over a minute to go, and they end up scoring. Now they'll go for 2. Right now our score is Gretna 16, William Campbell 12. They're going to run the same play. Here's number 4, in for the score. And so our score now is...
Oh, they got another flag.
We got flags at the end of the play. So our score is 16-14. Gretna leading, but there is another unsportsmanlike conduct flag with 8.4 seconds to go before halftime. It looked like Gretna was starting to take control of this game.
They need to take control of their tempers as well.
And they gave up a big play here before halftime, which puts William Campbell right back in the thick of things here. All right, we've got unsportsmanlike conduct against William Campbell, against Gretna. Those will offset. And William Campbell will kick off. And this should end the first half. All right, 8.4 seconds left before halftime. Gretna gets the ball first to start the third quarter. Still taking a look at that receiver, number 3, who was injured for William Campbell.
The quarterback.
So Gretna onto the field. William Campbell ready to kick it off.
Back in the day, I've seen Gretna score with 8 seconds left.
Here's the kick. Falling on at the 41 by Jiggets with 7.5 seconds to go before halftime. You would think the Hawks would just take a knee here. Hawks onto the field. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Quarterback will take a knee. And that will run the clock out. And we will head to halftime with a great game going. Gretna leading William Campbell 16-14. All right, so we are now at halftime. And working on some stats. We'll have that for you momentarily. We are back home next week to host Appomattox. The Raiders coming to town next week.
I wrote it down for you. Where did it go?
Appomattox is what you told me.
Yeah, I wrote them all down.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing it at the moment.
All right, so it is halftime. Getting set for activities here at half. We are just a little bit after 8 o'clock, so that was a pretty fast first half. A little about an hour and 5 minutes. William Campbell, marching generals, getting ready to perform for us. And I see some big speakers out there, so we got a little guitar action going on. Possibly looks like maybe a bass player out there along with the band. Must have a battery on that because I don't see an electrical cord anywhere. There we go. So we're going to have some action here in just a moment. Here in Naruna, Virginia, halftime of the Gretna-William Campbell matchup. We have a great game going here with Gretna leading 16-14. Unfortunately, the Hawks gave up a touchdown right before halftime that was certainly preventable, but a mistake made on the defense, long pass completion, and the Generals were able to take it in. Again, a concern for the Hawks here tonight is stopping the running game because William Campbell has run the ball quite a bit. They've thrown it at times, too, and had a couple of nice completions. But mainly they're living off the run here tonight. Injuries have been a problem, too, for Gretna. We've had some nicks during the game. Everybody, I think, still in that's been injured, but certainly been roughed up a little bit. William Campbell also had an injured quarterback there right before halftime as well. They just brought in another quarterback, and he threw a long pass and set up the touchdown, and then he ran it in. So here at halftime again, it's a tight game with Gretna leading by 2, 16-14, and the Hawks will get the ball first when we start the third quarter. Working on some statistics, and hopefully those are...
They're ready.
All right, go ahead.
Unofficially, Gretna has 112 yards rushing, 13 passing for a total of 125, 30 yards in penalties. William Campbell rushed 158 yards. They passed 63 for a total of 221. 65 yards and penalties. I can't hear you.
Gretna got 75 yards on one play, so
Yes, they did.
that was the Marion Younger on the long run.
Yes.
So Gretna's offense has not done a lot, but they do lead on the scoreboard by a score of 16-14, and it would look better if it's 16-6. But give credit to William Campbell for making a big play and drawing back to within 2 right before halftime.
Right. Zamarian Younger actually got both touchdowns for Gretna. The 6-yard run, about 8:47 in the second quarter. Then we got the extra points that made it 8-6, and then Zamarian Younger again with that 75-yard run that was beautiful, with just moments left in the second quarter. And then Hayden Moon got the 2-point conversion, 16-6, what I had at that time. So then William Campbell comes back after several flags and injuries. They brought in a second quarterback, number 4. We thought he was just going to run it, but I'm going to tell you what, he threw for a beautiful 40-yard pass right down at the goal line. And then we had interference on that pass as well. And then number 4 went in with a 2-yard run, brought the score. Gretna had 16. William Campbell had 12 at that time. And then they got another repeat, same play. Number 4 went back in for the 2-point conversion, 16-14. I should say their first touchdown came number 8, had a 21-yard pass early, just moments left in the first quarter. So Gretna only had the ball one time in the first quarter. Three plays, that was it for Gretna. And the clock just kept ticking away with William Campbell, 12 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards. They did a whole lot of dancing around the 50-yard line. They were with penalties here, penalties there. Finally, they got out closer to the goal line, and here we are at halftime. The band is performing.
All right, so our score at half, Gretna 16, William Campbell 14. And so we have an exciting half of football left for you.
Gretna will have the ball when they start playing again. If you were coach, what would you be saying right now, Stu?
Well,
the Gretna coach.
Really it should be 16-6. You just got to know with a few seconds to go that you got to protect against the long pass. You cannot let somebody get behind you. That happened, and William Campbell hit the long pass play. Otherwise, it would have been 16-6, and you're in a better position at halftime. You still got a lead, but not as comfortable as a 2-score lead would be. So that's unfortunate. And again, you just got to know not to let a receiver get behind you in that situation. So offensively, I think they found a spark in Zamarian Younger. He seems to have been able to find some seams and run the ball. And the Hawks doing just enough passing to keep William Campbell honest. And I think we got I think if Gretna can score on that first possession, go back to a 8 to 10 point lead, I think that will really give them a shot in the arm. William Campbell has the momentum here coming into halftime with that play right before half to score. So that's where we are. We need to stop the run on defense. But again, that's an issue of William Campbell's line is much bigger than our line, and that's tough to overcome. You cannot coach size. You have the size players you have, and you have to figure how to do best with what you got. And I expect William Campbell to continue to try to pound the ball up that middle throughout the second half.
I sure am enjoying this halftime show. The band is playing some oldies and goodies. And those little flags and ribbons have added so much. Got a bass guitar. I thought I heard a guitar earlier during the game. And so now we see him out there playing. They're doing a great job.
I count about 12
12, 14 members.
12 with instruments, counting the guitar. And then you got your
drum major,
and then you got 2 flag girls. So a total of about 15 making up the band. And that's just the unfortunate reality of today's world. You know, when we were in school, the bands were huge.
Hundreds.
But that was 40 years ago. So, you know,
Are
a lot
you
of things
telling
have
our
changed.
age?
No, I'm not.
I think you are. Where in the world did that little sheet go that I wrote down
I don't
where
know.
we would be?
I just know we're
at
hosting
home.
Appomattox next week.
That's right. I'll get it back. The wind is blowing. Even though we're in the press box, the wind is blowing, and so we're having to use different things as paperweights so we don't lose our little notes. Hey, speaking of Gretna and Alta Vista alumni game, we always talk about this. Well, it's happening again this year.
It's basketball.
For basketball, the annual men's alumni game between Gretna and Alta Vista. The game is to be held on Saturday, November 26th at 5:30 in the Gretna High School Gymnasium. The doors will open at 4:30. Young guys, ages 18 to 35, contact Devontae Pinnell at 434-316-4107 or Kaylin Gilbert, 434-386-7011. Older guys, 36 and up, contact Russell Berger, 434-942-0575. Or Alta Vista players, Dip Pinnell can be reached at 434-316-4212. David Tucker, 434-907-5020. Or Will Poindexter, 434-221-0379. They will also be recognizing Garvin Mahan and the Gretna Youth Little League Football from 1975 to 2000. Admission is $10. The doors open at 4:30. That is Saturday, November 26th, 5:30 game time.
All right. Again, just bear with me. I've been stopped up for about 3 days. And again, as I said earlier, debated even trying to come tonight. But I wanted to get down here and cover the game. And so I'm doing the best I can with what I got left.
You're doing a great job. You're doing great.
Well, anyway, here at halftime, it is Gretna leading William Campbell 16-14. We have an exciting 2 more quarters to go for you. And so I hope you'll stick around for that. Boy, this month of September is almost done, and October is on the way. It's amazing how time is moving ahead.
Take advantage of every day.
The William Campbell Generals coming onto the field, warming up. And the Hawks are still kneeled down to the south end here, having their last second instructions, and they'll be up, moving around here momentarily. It is a cool, brisky night here in Naruna. Temperature-wise, I would think it's probably in the upper 50s maybe.
Here we are. Okay, next Friday we're at home, Appomattox. We'll be away the following week, Dan River. Back at home to face Alta Vista. And then our last two games are away, Tunstall and then Nelson County.
All right. We always look forward to going up to Nelson County. And I see the folks up there. We couldn't make the game last year. I was out of town, I think. We couldn't make it for the Nelson County game, which would have been at Gretna last year. And so we'll be glad to go up and meet with some of the old guys in the press box and see if they're still up there. Mm-hmm. You know, when you've been doing it as long as we have, faces come and faces go. But typically, up there in Nelson County, we've seen the same press box crew for many years.
And they're always very nice.
They're very kind, very nice, and we always enjoy.
And they have a good heater in there, too. That's the last game of the season, and it's always
you
cold.
can go over here and put your hands on this right here. That's the heater we got.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need to switch seats, Boo.
It's not doing a whole lot.
We also want to remind you that as we joke around here, Devin and Julie are up in Grundy with Campers Care, helping to rebuild someone's home that was devastated by the flood. Yep. They definitely need your prayers. If you have extra funds that you can share, they need that. Or if you are talented in some type of construction or whatever, please reach out to them. And you have time to volunteer, please reach out to them because they are, spending a lot of time there helping others. And I think maybe last weekend there was a baptism.
I think there was maybe two
baptisms.
Yeah,
which is wonderful. Not only are they building homes back, but they're restoring lives spiritually as well. And
Devin got to do that, and I know that was special for him. I know I have baptized 3 people in my life, and I know how much it meant to me. And so, yes, definitely pray for spiritual needs as well as the physical needs.
Yes.
And basically they have, I think, a project manager up there with them and having to redo this home that this couple who has 2 autistic sons have lost the home that they've been in for 17 years. And they thought it was going to be rebuilt, and due to circumstances beyond their control, that stopped. So Campers Care has picked up where the others had left off. And so sort of an unexpected opportunity for Campers Care to move in there and help out in that situation. Again, just seeing the need and trying to fill the need is what Campers Care is all about. So, again, if you would like to donate, you can send a check through the mail to P.O. Box 1145, Gretna, Virginia, 24557, or you can go on camperscare.org.
It's a secure website.
Go to their Facebook page. There is a link to a secure pay window that you can make online donation.
But if you can't make a donation, that's okay. You can pray, and they definitely need your prayers. And share this with your Sunday school classes and your church because they are boots on the ground, and they're doing a great job there. We appreciate all they're doing.
Yeah, I've talked to Devin. I talked to him last week. I've texted him this week.
It's nice that we get to go home and have a warm house. Some of these folks don't have that to go home to.
He's been in Grundy, I don't know if the whole week, but he was in Grundy last week, and that's why we couldn't be on the radio. And he is in Grundy this week, and that's, again, why we cannot be on 104.3, just because there's nobody that can flip the switch so that we can go on the radio aspect of what we're doing. But we are in the other areas that we've discussed earlier. That's Facebook at Spreaker.com, and my Facebook page, Gretna 411 Facebook page. Those are some areas that you could pick us up and tell a friend. And if you get online on Facebook and you could share it, that would help out too, to get as many people listening in as possible. And we'd appreciate that.
Or the crossfm.com.
That's right. Also, the crossfm.com has a link. So there's lots of ways that you can get in there and pick us up.
Game time. Starting back. Players are getting on the field, getting their final instructions from the coaches, and a little bit of pep talk here. And William Campbell's getting ready to kick the ball off to Gretna.
All right, we're set to go. And again, just bear with me. I'm going to try to make it to the next couple of quarters. It's probably not going to sound too good.
I'm praying you make it through to the last tick-tock of the clock, because there's no telling what I would say. It would be quite entertaining.
Here comes the kick. Third quarter underway.
Woo.
This one through the hands. That needs to be picked up. It's going to run out of bounds, but that's going to be touched by Gretna. And so the ball will go out of bounds at the 20. That's where Gretna gets it. It's unfortunate that the deep return guy didn't pick that up before it went out of bounds and try to run it. So Gretna's going to have poor field position to start at their 20-yard line. First and 10 for Gretna at their 20. And the Hawks offense in now, first and 10. Two receivers to the left side, and here's the handoff. Zamarian Younger going left around the outside. He's got room to run. He gets to about the 7-yard gain and brought down by a high tackle. If he doesn't get him, I think he's still running. So the gain is going to be all the way up to a first down, 10 yards.
10 yards. Okay, we'll take it.
Just barely got 10. First and 10 for Gretna.
Again, those high tackles look like to me horse collars or something, or clotheslines. I don't know if you call it that or not, but there was no flag for that.
And here's the quarterback going to run up the middle, and he's going to be straight ahead for about 9 or 10 yards. So a couple of nice runs to start things off. Gretna has it now at the 40-yard line. Started at the 20. Now they've got it shy of the 40, second and a half yard to go. So the Hawks have had a couple of nice runs here to start the third quarter. And here's a high snap. Hand is to Younger and tripped up. He's got the first down, however. Ball comes out after he's down. It is a first down, Gretna, at the 41-yard line. First and 10, Gretna at their 41. Our score, Gretna 16, William Campbell 14. All right, here's keeper by the quarterback. Spins at the end, ahead for 3. That was Wooden with a 3-yard run, second and 7. Hawks moving pretty quickly here. 10 minutes to go in the quarter. And they're running their plays pretty quickly, whereas William Campbell has been more deliberate on offense. Here's a quick throw out to Jiggets. Jiggets ahead for maybe 3. And brought down by a couple of generals on this side. That makes it 3rd and 3. Third down and 3 now for Gretna. And quarterback Wooden goes to the sideline, gets the play. Hawks have been running the ball well here. They did throw in the pass right there for a few yards. I think they'll go back to the run right here. On third down, here's a give to Younger, and he is met in the backfield.
Wow.
And he'll lose a couple as that entire defensive line breaks through, and Younger can never get started. He loses a couple. Makes it 4th and 6, and this is bad news for Gretna. The punting team will have to come in. They had a lot of momentum going there, but
They sure did. Just that quick.
And so the Hawks will have to punt away, leading by 2, 16-14. And here's the kick. And they'll let it drop. And it'll roll dead at the 20-yard line. Flag at the end of this play. We've got a block in the back, I believe, on William Campbell. And so that was a dumb play on the William Campbell part of things. Nowhere near the ball. And that's going to be, I think it's a 15-yard penalty if it's a block in the back. And I think that's what it was. Personal foul. And so they will mark it off. So that will back them all the way up to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Generals. 8:06 to go in the third quarter. Now the Generals backed up at the 10. If Gretna's defense can get a quick 3 and out here, they could have great field position. Looks like they're going to do a power run again. We saw this right before halftime, and it worked. We got everybody lined up tight. And here's number 4 to run it. And the same result. He gets a good run out of there.
Wow.
All the way up to the 35-yard line.
Ron Barber brought him down.
All right. Going to mark him out a little further back. Looks like he's out at the 27.
27.
17 yards. Mm-hmm. And again, Gretna needs to account for that. They've got a lineman in the backfield, and they found something right before halftime that they're going to use, I think, here in the third quarter. And it's just run it right at you with a lot of beef. Here's the quarterback handing off. Number 8 through the seam, across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Another 15-yard run by William Campbell. So 1st and 10 for William Campbell. They're on the move here.
100 yards for number 8 tonight on the ground.
All right, so ball at the 44-yard line of William Campbell. And here's handoff. This is number 8, I think, takes it to the 50. That's a 6-yard gain by number 8. Hawks now bringing in some extra defensive linemen here. Going to take off Donald Wilson and Hayden Moon. And now William Campbell will have a little bit more beef to contend with here. Again, they've got actually 2 linemen in the backfield. And here's the quarterback to keep. And spins out of a tackle. And he's going to have the first down. He needed 4. He got 5. And after the play, Rome Barber coming up limping a little bit. I think he's going to stay in. Hicks goes out on this play. 22 comes in for Gretna.
What's the time on the clock?
6:30 to go in the third quarter. And here's a straight ahead run up to the 3-yard run. Second down and 7 now for William Campbell. Quarterback comes out, number 4, for a breather. Again, it's a power running game here in this third quarter. No receivers, everybody in tight. And here's the handoff, number 8. And he's going to be stopped and pulled back. That was Sparrow on the stop. He got 1. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 coming up for William Campbell. All right, so number 4 comes back in for William Campbell. And they look to the sideline now for the play. A little bit of confusion. And we've got a delay of game. Quarterback was late coming back into the game, and I didn't see where they really had an idea of what they wanted to do. Now it looks like William Campbell is going to substitute back in their passing game, and so we'll see Gretna make adjustments for that. So now you'll have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And now 3rd and 10. Here's the chance for Gretna to make a stop. We've got movement, illegal procedure, false start against William Campbell. So back-to-back penalties. Makes it 3rd and 15. 5:01 to go in the third quarter. Gretna leading 16-14. All right, William Campbell taking a lot of time again. 3rd down play. Back to pass across the middle.
Whoa.
Nearly intercepted.
Wow.
Intended for number 7. Nearly intercepted by our number 7. Kamari Chatton right in the chest.
Right.
And he just could not bring it in.
He's hitting his head like, man.
So now 4th down, and William Campbell has not punted all night, but I think they are here. So under 5 minutes to go in the quarter, Gretna will get their second opportunity of the half. High snap, and it's a fake. Going to try to run it, and he did get it.
Still on it.
He got the first down. Can you believe it? Fourth and 15, and he got 18 yards.
Trick play.
I don't think it was a trick play. I think it was a high snap. He thought it was going to be blocked.
Oh, you think so?
I do. They were coming in to block it, and he took off running. The Hawks will look back on that play.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10 for the Generals.
That was number 1.
All right, here's number 4 to carry. And he's going to be stood up, falls forward, though, at the end of that. We got a flag after the play.
We got an injured Hawk, too. Oh, number 52. Oh, he can't walk.
52 is down. He gets up but falls back down. And this flag is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against somebody.
William Campbell.
You got the roster over there?
William Campbell's coming over to help. The trainers coming over to help this injured Hawk, number 52.
It's Brendan Hudson. I took a look at his leg. He has a leg injury.
Do you ever see the unsportsmanlike flag, who it's against?
I haven't. It sounds like it's against Gretna. All right, the injured player still down as they take a look at his leg. They'll mark the penalty off, and William Campbell's going to have the ball at the 13-yard line of Gretna.
Remember what the cheerleader said, talk with your pads.
Yeah, they forgot that.
That doesn't get you in trouble.
All right, they're going to help up Hudson, and he's going to have to
hobble
off there.
What's the time on the clock? You have a better angle than I do.
4:17 to go in the third quarter. If we could get a couple of Gretna Hawks to go out there and help the teammate off the field, that would be a good thing right now.
Actually, he's being escorted by the William Campbell trainers.
All right, Hudson making his way slowly off the field, and the Generals are ready to run the next play from the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Go back to the power running offense. And it's plow time. It's number 4 inside of the 10 to about the 9-yard line. As the clock now goes under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Rome Barber giving credit for that stop. 2nd and 6. And here's a quarterback running right, and he's going to make it in. Flag at the end of the play, 2 flags. That is a 9-yard run, and there are flags against William Campbell. It looks like after the play. Waiting to see what the call is. Whether it was after the play or before the play finished. They have not added the points. It is holding against William Campbell, so no score. Makes it 2nd and 11. .340 to go in the third quarter. Hawks defense needs another stop here. They've had a couple tonight. They've also given up a couple.
Now.
They also given up a couple of plays that they should not have given up, so they need something here to make a stop. On 2nd down, here's the quarterback. Cuts it back inside as he headed left. He will get to about the 10-yard line. And that will bring up 3rd down. The gain is inside of the 15 to about the 11.
4.
So a 4-yard gain, 3rd and 7.
It's the clock running.
Yeah. 3rd down and 7. The player lost his helmet. He'll have to come out for one play. He'll come out. Clock is running. And so the clock has continued to run down to 2:40. And now 3rd down and 7.
On the 11-yard line.
Quarterback going to run left. And he will be stood up at about the 5. He's near the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1. Correction, 4th and 2. And we've got a timeout by Gretna. Gretna takes the timeout with 2:05 to go in the 3rd quarter on a key 4th and 2. I suspect that William Campbell will set up with that same running play where they've got the 2 linemen in the backfield and run it left. That seems to be where they like to run, and look for him to probably head left and then cut back to the middle if he finds a seam. That's what he's been doing.
It's very successful for him. They started that right before halftime, and they've done it all throughout the second part of the game, second half.
So now, 4th and 2. William Campbell down by 2 with 4th and 2 at the Gretna 5. And here's the play. He runs it, jumps over one, and he'll have the 1st down, brought down at about the 2, 1st and 10. 1st and goal for William Campbell. First and goal now for the Generals. And they'll run that same formation. Gretna has no answer for it. High snap. And he will take it to the outside and in for the score.
He wasn't even touched.
And you have to look back to that 4th down and 17 punt that kept this drive going. And now they'll go for 2. They lead it by 4, 20-16 over Gretna, and they'll go for 2. And they're going to run that same play until Gretna can stop them. And here's the play coming around. And they're going to, ball comes loose. And so it'll be picked up by Matthew Thompson. And so the 2-point conversion is no good. Our score remains William Campbell 20, Gretna 16, with 1:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. So the Hawks will try to get the offense going here in this quarter. So far they've had the ball one time and couldn't do a whole lot with it. And boy, there's a couple plays in this game. The long pass play right before halftime and the 4th down punt that William Campbell picked up, 4th and 17. And it looked like it was going to be a busted play, maybe a block punt. He runs it and picks up the 1st down. What a difference that has made in this game, those 2 plays.
Those plays will be talked about for years. It's made all the difference tonight.
All right, so the Hawks still have time to right the ship. We got another quarter plus 1:47 here. And here comes the kick. It's going to be fallen on by, I think that's Barber on the short kick at the Gretna 48-yard line. Is where they'll start. So Gretna will have a short field here if they can put a few 1st downs together to try to get back in and take back the lead here with 1:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Gretna. Going to an I formation. And here's a handoff. Younger, left side. Younger breaks a tackle. Younger still on his feet, stood up finally, and brought down at the 35-yard line. That is a 17-yard run by Zamarian Younger. We saw Gretna go to the I formation against Chatham last week, and they go back to it here. And it pays dividends off of the first run of 17 yards. First and 10 at the William Campbell 35. They'll stay in the I formation. And it's the give to Moon, the up back, and nowhere to go on that. They stand him up, and he will lose half a yard. Second down and a long 10 for Gretna. Again, Gretna answers with a running game, running attack, one receiver, everybody in tight I formation backfield. And here's a give to Younger. Younger not able to get outside with it. Number 55 wraps him up for a big loss. Loss there is 3, third and 13. And the Hawks digging a hole here on 3rd and 13. I don't think they have to run a play here before the end of the quarter. Hawks will go with 4 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. And Wooden to run it, going around the left side, and tackle made at the goal line. At the line of scrimmage by number 6, I believe it was. And it's 4th down and 13 for Gretna.
That was, they brought him down a shoestring tackle and brought him down fast. I'm glad he was able to get up.
So 4th and 13, and not a good situation here for Gretna. I don't know that you have to go for this, but that's the end of the third quarter. Gretna will probably punt this away and rely on their defense to make a stop. If they don't, it's going to be hard to stop William Campbell. They found a running attack, and that's working for them. And if Gretna's not able to stop it, they need a turnover, really. I don't think we'll go for this 4th and 13. So 4th and 13, the field has been turned, and Gretna will come out for the 4th down play, and I do expect to see a punt here. Gretna late coming from their sideline, and you may at some point hear the official, well, they're still moving the chains.
Here they come.
And here comes Gretna with the offense coming in. So this shows just how important this play is. 4th and 13, and you're going to go for it. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And Wooden to throw.
Whoa.
Rolls out, looking to throw, now throws deep. He's got a man open, wide open. Ryder Brooks for the touchdown.
Wow.
Ryder Brooks.
Oh, my word.
39 yards. He was wide open. And Gretna back on top.
Just like that.
That's the kind of play that William Campbell will say we should have never let happen. We've had some of those go both ways tonight.
He was all out there by himself. Perfect throw.
All right, 11:51 to go.
39 yards.
Gretna will go for 2 here. A little late getting their subs in. They lead it by 2. And here's quarterback giving to Younger. Zamarian Younger in for the 2. And their score now is Gretna 24 and William Campbell 20. A injured general there, number 8, is helped up. He appears to be okay.
They don't want him injured.
Yeah.
He's been the superstar tonight. Well, 107 yards on the ground.
All right, so
19 in the air.
now for Gretna, the defense, you just got to make a stop. If you can make one stop, I think you can win this game. You're up by 4, 11:45 to go. It's been a back and forth game.
Well, we know with it on the ground, the clock keeps continuing to move, right? In the air, it stops.
Well, if it's incomplete, it stops. Yeah. All right, so the Hawks will kick it off. And this defense just needs to make a play.
What about one of those little squiggles and they turn the ball over, get it back? How about that?
They're probably not going to kick it far anyway. Here's a big hole behind that front line. If you could kick it there, you would have a foot race to get to it. I don't see if Hayden Moon sees that or not. He's going to kick it. And Gretna's got it. Jiggets with a great run, catching that on the run.
Wow.
What a play by, I think it was Jiggets. Number 2. Was it number 2 or number 18?
To be honest, I just watched him run up there.
It had the effect of an onside kick, except it was deeper down the field, and that ball was bouncing along, and I think it was Jiggets that just ran right along and picked it right up. So the Hawks get a break here.
Wow.
Nice kick by Moon. He found that open area, and the Gretna offense is in business with 11:44 to go. Now you've got to cash this in. You got to cash this in here.
Wait a minute. What's he say? They're blowing the whistle about something.
There's going to be a conference, and the conference is going to be you cannot advance the fumble, the return. You cannot advance the recovery. So they'll back it up a couple of yards. Still Gretna ball at the 40, at the 38 of William Campbell. Now you would like to eat up some clock and make a score here.
Mm-hmm.
Gretna by 4. And here's the handoff to Younger, Zamarian Younger. Younger finds a little seam and gets a good gain down inside of the 25. He takes it from the 38 down to the 23. 15 yards. Zamarian Younger. Now first down. And here's the give. Keeper by Melvin Wooden going right. Wooden ahead for about 7 on that right side. All right, 6 yards on the carry. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. All right, Gretna waiting for a call from the sideline. And 2nd and 4 coming up. Wooden takes it, gives it to Younger going around the side. He's got room to go. He's at the 10, 5,
Whoa,
and brought down
right.
in a split right at the goal line. I hope he's okay.
I do too.
He is just short of the touchdown.
Man,
Younger got split out there, and he's going to be okay, it looks like. But that was a rough-looking tackle. He'll have the first down. And he's got the first down, so it's 1st and goal. Around the 3-yard line.
Would you say?
Marion Younger.
$18 yards?
I don't know. All right, 1st and goal. 10:44 to go in the 4th quarter. I formation. And here's a keeper by Wooden. And waiting for the call. Gretna says touchdown. The officials say touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow.
Gretna up now 30-20. As Wooden was able to sneak it across. Now the 2-point conversion. Is coming up. 10:35 to go in the game. And what a kick there. That kick after the touchdown, I think it was Jiggets that recovered it. That really snatched the momentum and carried it even farther for Gretna. His Wooden, the give is to Hayden Moon. Hayden still driving, and being pulled, and he is in for two. That's Hayden Moon in for the score, for the extra two. Also, I noticed number 52, Hudson, back in for Gretna on that play. He's still favoring that leg, but he's in for the play. Gretna now leading 32-20. This will force William Campbell to go out of that running attack, and they will probably have to start throwing the ball. I don't know that that's good or bad, but I know that Gretna has had no answer for that running attack that William Campbell used the entire third quarter and part of the second quarter.
Well, William Campbell's only thrown the ball 6 times the whole night. 4 completions.
So we'll see if William Campbell lines up differently for this kick. Still a big hole there behind that front line.
I see it.
If you can kick it in there, you've got a good chance to get on it. All right, here comes the kick. This one is a little pooch kick. It's loose, but William Campbell falls on it at the 40. So 10:33 to go. And again now, if you're Gretna, you don't want to give up the big play. You want to make William Campbell work for every yard and run the clock. They've got to score twice. 10:33. They have been slow getting their plays off tonight, so they need to work. They'll need to work with more urgency. We'll see if they're able to do it. All right, they're going to stay in that offense and try to run it. Here's a running play. Ahead for about 5. That was number 8 on the carry for 5. Gretna leading 32-20, 10-13 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Second and 5. And here's the running play again. This is number 8, ahead for another 6 yards. They're going to give him 5, enough for the first down. So 1st and 10. First and 10 at midfield. Now under 10 minutes to go, 9:45 to go in the game. And again, William Campbell taking a lot of time between plays. Still not coming out of that offense. Here's the quarterback keeper around the right side. And he will pick up another 10 yards, 12 yards. Looks like he may have an injury. He's got a cramp. No, cramp for number 4 there. He may need to come out. He will come out. The ball now at the Gretna 38. Again, William Campbell still picking up big chunks of yards, and the Gretna defense apparently has no answer. Now the William Campbell will send the passing game in, and that may force Gretna to take a timeout. It does. Hawks were not ready for that, and they had to take a timeout to get their pass coverage team in there.
It's their second.
And, boy, timeouts, you hate to waste them. But they got caught a little flat-footed there. William Campbell switched out their running attack for their passing attack, and the Hawks didn't have time to respond, and they had to take a timeout. So with 9:13 to go, William Campbell down by 12. They need 2 scores. And they have the ball now with the Gretna 38. And again, they'll bring it in their receiving group here. And here's quarterback to throw. Going for number 7. And good coverage there.
Oh, my. He almost had it. The Hawks. Number 7.
So second down and 10.
Several times tonight, Kamari Chatton could have had an interception.
Second and 10.
And that was another one right there.
All right, now the receivers are coming off again. Gretna will send out their defensive rush unit. They're going to try to beat them to the play. All right, here's the play, a run. It's number 8, slips through, and finally brought down after a 6-yard gain. comes up limping a little bit too. There, number 8, he's favoring his left leg. It is 3rd and 5 for William Campbell. He's going to have to come out.
He did more than run. He was leaping over the pile, and I'm sure that injured his ankle.
All right, so number 4 comes in his place. They go back to that power run attack on 3rd and 5. And he's going to be brought down short of the first down, so we got an official down also. And it'll be 4th down and 1 or 2 after the play. Gets a pretty good spot at the 30. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. And here's the running play, and he's got the run and more. Breaks through. He's at the 10, the 5, and that's going to be a horse collar tackle. They do stop him just short of the goal line. So it will be 1st and goal. 1st and goal at about the 1. That was from the 31. No, the 30 down to the 1. So 29 yards. Personal foul, horse collar against Gretna. Can't get a touchdown off of that. Just half the distance to the goal. But they'll probably get it right here. Here's the handoff. In for the score. That's number 23 into the game. Makes the score 32-26. Cuts the lead to 6, and we await the 2-point try here. 7:45 to go in this game. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off, and in for the 2. And so our score now is Gretna 32, William Campbell 28. 7:45 to go in this game. Hold on to your hats. It's not over yet. Gretna offense needs to put together one more drive. William Campbell starting to get nicked up some in this quarter. They had number 8 injured, and I think number 4 possibly was also shaken up there, and they're working on a cramp on him. So they brought in number 23. He took 2 hands-offs and got 8 points. So they didn't miss a beat on that. But they're working on the leg now of number 4. And he was also the one caught in the horse collar tackle. And looks like he's probably has a cramp, I'm guessing.
Number 8's got his helmet on, and looks like he's headed back on the field, Stu. Maybe not. Sideline. Ready to get to the field.
All right, so William Campbell to kick off. Gretna leading by 4. And here comes the kick. This one is going to get past and roll dead at about the 5-yard line. Chatton has to pick it up. Comes up the sideline and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So William Campbell gets excellent field position. I'm sorry. Gretna gets poor field position. William Campbell has it at the Gretna has it at their 15. Chatton comes up a little bit limping after that one. He injured his leg earlier in the game and has stayed in, but he's looking like he's kind of cramping up a little bit. So 7:41 to go in this game. Here you cannot have a turnover, and you just need to turn out some first downs. So at the 15-yard line, Gretna will start there. Leading by 4, 7:41 to go in the game. Wooden hands it off to Younger. Younger going right. Younger has the first down, still on his feet, and finally will be brought down over across the 30-yard line. So that's a 15-yard gain. Clock stops while they move the chains. Now, if you're Gretna, you should start using some clock here. First and 10 at the 31, so he got 16 yards on that carry. First and 10 for Gretna. Wooden to the line. He's got Moon and Younger in the backfield. And here's another give to Younger. He gets away in the backfield. He's ahead to the 40, 45, across midfield, brought down at the 44-yard line of William Campbell. Another fine run by Zamarian Younger from the 31 to the William Campbell 45. Clock rolling, 6:50 to go. Again, now if you're Gretna, you probably want to take more time between plays here, just in case this drive doesn't produce points. Clock down to 6:35. It is first and 10, Gretna at the William Campbell 45-yard line. Gretna leading by 4. They really need a score to put this one away here. Younger has been the star tonight for Gretna. We've got a whistle. And what is this whistle about? Delay of game against Gretna.
Wow.
Okay. You really didn't want that. 6:19 to go in the game, 5-yard penalty. You really don't want that. You take your time, but don't take too much time, as they say.
You were talking about Zamari having a good game, 207 yards rushing for him tonight.
207?
207. Now
we've got another flag. Illegal procedure. Oh, boy.
Oh, against Gretna?
Yep. This is what you cannot afford to have. You've had 2 good running plays, and now you got 2 penalties. All right. Here's the running play. It's going to be Younger again. Younger.
No.
Nice tackle made there by number 5. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't tackle him, I don't know who would. So nice tackle by number 5. And it's second down. Ball is at the 44. Second down and 21. Again, I think, Gretna, you really need, I just don't know if you can run the clock out enough here. So you really need to get this first down. And here's Wooden to throw under pressure. Throws it up in the air, and nobody's there for it. He was under a lot of heat and had to get rid of it early. First time he's really been pressured all night. Threw that ball before he wanted to.
We should comment on that because we've seen in other games he didn't have that protection, but tonight he has had that protection.
All right, 3rd and 20. And William Campbell will take a timeout. William Campbell has the timeout now. And, boy, the Hawks, this drive looked so promising. Then you had back-to-back delay of game, and then illegal procedure got you into 1st and 20. Took you out of your rhythm, and now you're looking at 3rd and 20. 5:28 to go in this game. Leading by 4. And really have not been able to stop William Campbell. So the only way you figure you can win here is to get some points at this point and just run the clock down. If William Campbell gets it back with 5 minutes to go, you're going to be hard pressed to keep them out of the end zone.
We saw that at the end of the first half.
All right, so 3rd and 20. Four receivers. And here's Wooden to throw. Under pressure right away. He's going to have to try to run it. Breaks the tackle, and he will get about 11 yards of it back. But it's going to be 4th and 9 coming up. And they're going to mark it back a yard. So 4th and 10 coming up for Gretna. 4th and 10, and clock rolling under 5 minutes. And they're going to send the punting unit on. All right, Hawks are going to get another delay of game here. Delay of game.
Players.
Ball placed at midfield. 4:32 to go in this game. All right, here's the kick. And they're going to let it bounce. It's going to roll dead around the 20-yard line. 4:21 to go in the game. Can the Hawks defense keep William Campbell out of the end zone? It's Gretna 32, William Campbell 28.
I say the 12th man is talking now. William Campbell fans are getting into it.
79 yards is what the Generals will have to take it. Can the Hawks come up with a stop? Turnover. Going back to that running formation. And here's the first run. This is number 8 ahead for about 6 yards. So 2nd and 4. Well, make it 5. 2nd and 5. We've got a stoppage here. Gretna taking a timeout. 4:01 to go. Final timeout for Gretna. So we head back home next week to face the Appomattox Raiders. Always a tough game with the Raiders. And so that's coming up next week. So if the Hawks can get out of here with a win, it would do wonders for their momentum, for their season. Boy, this game is a lot like last Friday when the Hawks were holding on at the end of that game. You feel like you're going to have the same situation here on Thursday night.
Down to the last minute.
4:01 to go. William Campbell needs to go 75 yards. So second down. And here's the handoff. Breaks the tackle in the backfield. Stood up near the line of scrimmage. He got a 1 yard on that. And the clock will roll. But William Campbell has 2 timeouts. 3rd and 3. Third and 3 for the Generals here. 3:33 to go in the game. On third down. Here's a running play outside, up the sideline to midfield. 45, out of bounds at the 40. First and 10 for the Generals.
33 yards.
33-yard run at the 40 of Gretna. Now, if you're Gretna, you have no timeouts left, so you're going to be hard-pressed to answer a score here. So the defense really has its back against the wall here. They need a play. First and 10 at the Gretna 40. Here's a handoff. Stopped in the backfield this time.
He was stopped by a host of Hawks, number 20, number 77. Eric Lipford.
Loss of 1 on that.
Jamarian Taylor brought him down.
2nd and 11. 2:45 to go, but William Campbell has 3 timeouts in his pocket. 2 timeouts, I'm sorry. And 2nd and a long 10.
41-yard line.
Here's a snap.
High snap.
And we've got a flag.
Against William Campbell.
Illegal procedure against William Campbell. Makes it 2nd and a long 15. 2:28 to go in the game.
You can.
All right.
2nd
and 16. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper. Nowhere to go. He'll get to the 41. Makes it 3rd and 11. Third down and 11. 2 minutes now. Clock continuing to wind down. Gretna up by 4. William Campbell needs 11 yards in 2 plays to keep this drive going. Third down and 11. Quarterback takes a snap. Going to throw it. Wide open, but he's overthrown his man. Makes it 4th and 11. Wow, they had the play. Quarterback overthrew him, intended for number 11. He was wide open, but he was overthrown considerably. Now, William Campbell will need to take a timeout. They got to come up with a 4th and 11 play here to keep this game going. So it comes down to one play. Now, I'm sure that William Campbell can run it for 11 yards, but I don't think they would choose to do that here. This is likely going to be a pass play. Again, if you're Gretna, you just cannot allow them to get 11 yards. And if you stop it short of 11, then you can run the clock out. So 32-28, Gretna leading by 4. And this is the play of the game coming up, 4th and 11. If Gretna can get the ball back, William Campbell has only one timeout, so Gretna would only need to take a knee 2 or 3 times, and the game would be sealed. So this is the play. You also got to watch for the quarterback to scramble, possibly if he sees an opening too, so you need to watch for that.
Number 8's back in.
He is probably the best. He's probably their best running back, so he's there. Look for him to possibly come out of the backfield and catch a pass too. All right, 4th and 11.
Be careful.
This is it right here.
Watch it.
I think number 7 is the favorite receiver over here on the right side. Here's the play, and we've got a whistle.
And a flag.
And it's going to be illegal penalty against Gretna.
Gretna?
No way. It's against William Campbell.
Did he take off before?
He took off early.
Number 7.
But the PA announcer said penalty against the Hawks, and that was before the play. So that makes it 4th and 16. 4th and 15, a long 15. So that play favors Gretna. All right, the officials want them to add a couple seconds back to the clock here. 1:28, they do that. And we're ready to go. This is the play of the game. And here's the play. Quarterback.
Oh,
touchdown. He fumbled it out of the end zone, and that is going to be a touchback. Wow. Hawks catch a break right there. He fumbled that ball out of the end zone, and the Hawks will get it. And that coach needs to be thrown out of the game. I'm sorry. You cannot do that at the end of a play. He fumbled it out of the end zone, and by rule, that's a touchback, Gretna ball. That's right. That's the right call. I'm sorry. He caught it at about the 5, fumbled it before he could get to the end zone, and the ball went out of the back of the end zone. Gretna ball. And these William Campbell fans may not be happy with the call, but that's the correct call. And that coach needs to be thrown out of the game.
I think he is.
There's no excuse for that. Gretna will get the ball at the 20 and needs to only take a knee. Wow. That game turned in just
ugly.
A yard or two.
It turned ugly.
Well, I mean, he caught it. All he's got to do is make it to the end zone. The ball comes out, rolls out of the end zone. That is, by rule, a touchback, Gretna ball. And the coach can be upset about it if he wants to. But we got unsportsmanlike conduct against William Campbell. It is Gretna ball. The fans don't like that call, but it's the correct call. And after the penalties, Gretna's going to get it at midfield. That's right. That's the rule. So Gretna will get it, but I don't think they'll get it at the 50. Unless there were some penalties involved. Yeah, all you got to do is take a knee, so you don't need to run a play. Gretna's going to come away with a 4-point win. Hawks will take a knee, and William Campbell can call timeout. And they will take their final timeout there. No, clock's going to run. So it must have been 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against William Campbell for the ball to be at the 50. Now under a minute. And second down. And they take a knee again. William Campbell could take a timeout here, but it's not going to matter. Down to 33 seconds.
Here we go. Timeout.
And timeout, William Campbell with 30.4. What we had, just to go back and recap the play, we had a long throw, caught it around the 5. There was a little bit of contact. As the receiver was running towards the end zone, he fumbled, fell down, and the ball just continued to roll and rolled out of the back of the end zone. And when that happens, it is by rule a touchback. The other team gets the ball going the other way. After that happened, then there was at least 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against William Campbell, which brought the ball to midfield. As it stands now, Gretna needs to take a knee one more time. And this game should be over. Gretna leading 32-28 with 30.4 seconds to go. And again, these officials are going to get booed and lambasted at the end of this game. But they did make the right call in that situation. All right. We'll take the knee. And that will do it. So now it's time for the players to line up. And what another thrilling victory for Gretna. Well, I can't say that the defense did the job, but I guess in a way we could say that somebody knocked the ball loose from the receiver. I mean, it looked like he was going in for the score.
He sure did. All of a sudden he had it, then he didn't. And then it got ugly.
All right, so there's 0-0 on the board. Gretna with the 4-point win, 32-28. And we'll work on some statistics for you. We got a few minutes we can spend on that. What a game. Gretna goes to 2-3. And William Campbell falls to 2-4. Got a feel for number 7, the receiver for William Campbell, who caught that ball and looked like he was going to score.
I hear you.
Looked like he was going to score, and he fumbled through the end zone. And so, if you want to look at some plays, I think Channel 13 is here tonight. And so maybe they'll have that play at the end of the game there on film. I would love to see it. but he definitely appeared to fumble before he got to the goal line, and then the ball just rolled out of the end zone. And Gretna rolls out with a 32-28 win. We are back at home next Friday to face the Appomattox Raiders. And the Hawks with 2 wins in the last 2 weeks by a total of 6 points. But they are very excited to have the win. Yeah, no doubt about that. And Zamarian Younger, the big hero tonight for the Gretna Hawks offensively with the running attack. Hawks were banged up throughout the game, certainly, but those little aches and pains don't hurt as bad when you get the win.
So would you say those last 2 unsportsmanlike brought us back 30 more yards?
Yes, they should have got the ball at the 20 after the touchback. And so Gretna comes away with a win. We got about 8 minutes of time left. 32-28. What a thriller in Naruna tonight. And, boy, we've had some experiences down here in Naruna. I'm not going to tell you. I've been a little bit afraid at times. And tonight was kind of reminded me of that. No doubt about it.
Well, you have to tell about one of the last times.
I'm not getting into that
I'm talking about the storm. I thought we were
yeah, the storm. We were in here one night. We had a bad electrical storm.
Whoa.
We were up in here, metal everywhere in a storm.
I was afraid that night.
Everybody else had gone to the vehicles, and we were sitting in the press box. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm slow. They're not going to cut the lights out on us, are they?
I don't think so, but who knows? They might forget we're up here. 32-28, our final score. Gretna wins. An improbable win. William Campbell looking as they were going to score the winning touchdown, and the ball gets fumbled out of the back of the end zone before the receiver can cross the goal line, and it makes it a touchback, and Gretna comes away with a win. And incredible ending. I think probably some are going to contend he crossed the line first, but from our viewpoint, it did not appear that he did. I'm hoping there'll be some video evidence to prove it, or disprove it for that matter, but it looked like he was short of the goal line, and he stumbled into the end zone without the ball, and the ball just continued to trickle on back and rolled out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he may have caused him to drop it, but he was running, and I don't think he really had his hands. He didn't have complete possession. So anyway,
he fumbled it, no doubt.
Yeah. All right, Gretna had 200. Unofficially, Gretna had 240 rushing yards, 55 passing for a total of 295, 65 yards and penalties. William Campbell rushed for 343 yards, passed for 63, a total of 406, with 130 yards and penalties. That's what I'm showing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely William Campbell, I think, had more offense tonight, but just could not put the points on the board. Gretna was able to somehow or another come away with a victory tonight. Really snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Definitely tonight. And for William Campbell, they feel like it was the other way. Again, so close, but yet so far, as the song goes.
Well, that little squibble of a kick and Jiggett's getting the ball, Gretna had back-to-back. Yeah, that was the turnaround.
That was a turnaround
right
there. But then, I mean, William Campbell's got the game won. All he's got to do is keep the ball, get to the end zone and he drops it.
Right.
And then
That's true.
the ball, instead of staying in the end zone where somebody could fall on it for a score, it just continues to roll. It kind of reminds me of the Pink Panther chasing that coin on the cartoon. It just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and next thing you know, it's out of the back of the end zone.
Right.
And the Hawks come away with an improbable 32-28 victory. Thanks for putting up with us tonight. I've been fighting this cold
Thank
the
you,
last
Jesus,
few days.
that you made it to the end, and I didn't have to.
There was a few times I didn't know if I'd make it or not, but we did.
Power of prayer.
Hopefully we'll be back in game shape next Friday night.
Yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed our version of Thursday Night Football. And again, it's the Hawks with a 32-28 win here in Runa tonight against the William Campbell Generals. Until then, we'll say good night, and we'll see you next Friday evening at about 6:45 as the Hawks host the Appomattox Raiders. Until then, good night. Have a safe trip if you're out traveling this weekend or tonight. And we will
safety in the storm.
Talk to you later.